the scientific miracles in the Quran that will shock. 1400 years ago, the Quran revealed facts about science that humans only discovered in the last century. How could an illiterate man in the 7th century, in the deserts of Arabia, have access to knowledge that was far ahead of his time? Was it a coincidence? Or is the Quran truly the Word of God? Proven by modern science and backed by scholars. In this video, we uncover the most shocking scientific miracles in the Quran. For centuries, scientists believed the universe was static, unchanging. It wasn't until the 20th century that astronomers made a groundbreaking discovery that changed our entire understanding of the cosmos. In 1929, American astronomer Edwin Hubble observed that distant galaxies were moving away from us, proving that the universe is continuously expanding. This discovery became one of the greatest breakthroughs in cosmology and led to the widely accepted Big Bang theory. But what if I told you that the Quran described this cosmic phenomenon over 1400 years ago, and the heaven we constructed with strength, and indeed, we are continually expanding it? The Arabic word used here is muzi'una, which means we are expanding it. The use of the present tense indicates a continuous process, not something that happened in the past and stopped. This aligns perfectly with modern astrophysics, which confirms that the universe is still expanding to this day. How could someone in the 7th century with no telescopes, satellites, or scientific instruments have known this? Even more astonishing, before Hubble's discovery, Albert Einstein himself initially believed the universe was static and unchanging. It was only after further research that he modified his theories to match this reality. Does this not serve as a sign that the Quran contains knowledge far beyond human capability at the time? Our planet is constantly bombarded by deadly solar radiation, cosmic rays, and meteors, yet life continues to thrive on Earth. Why? Because of the atmosphere, the invisible shield protecting us. Scientists have only recently understood how the Earth's atmosphere filters harmful radiation, allowing only life-sustaining light to pass through. And we made the sky a protected ceiling, but they from its signs turn away. This verse accurately describes the function of Earth's atmosphere as a protective barrier, something only modern science has been able to confirm. Let's break it down scientifically. The ozone layer absorbs most of the sun's harmful ultraviolet radiation, preventing it from reaching Earth's surface. Without this protective layer, life on Earth would be impossible. NASA and the European Space Agency have spent decades studying this phenomenon, and today, scientists understand just how vital this shield is. How could a man in the 7th century, living in the Arabian desert, have known about Earth's protective atmosphere? Could it be another coincidence? Or is this a divine revelation? The development of a human embryo inside the womb is one of the most complex biological processes. Until modern science developed microscopes, people had no way of knowing what happens inside the womb. For centuries, ancient civilizations had incorrect theories about human reproduction. The Greeks, including Aristotle, believed that a human was fully formed in the semen and simply grew inside the mother. This was the dominant belief for over 1,000 years. But shockingly, the Quran described the exact stages of embryo development over 1400 years ago with astonishing accuracy. We created man from an extract of clay. Then we made him a drop of fluid in a safe lodging. Then we made the drop into a clinging clot. Then we made the clot into a lump of flesh. Then we made from the lump bones, and we covered the bones with flesh. Then we developed him into another creation. So blessed is Allah, the best of creators. The verse describes 3 major stages. 1. Drop of fluid, nutfa. The sperm and egg unite to form a zygote. 2. Clinging clot, alaka. The embryo implants into the uterus wall, resembling a leech in shape and function. 3. Lump of flesh, mudga. The fetus begins to take shape, followed by bone formation and muscle development. Dr. Keith Moore, one of the world's leading embryologists and author of The Developing Human, was amazed by this description. He stated, "It is clear to me that these statements must have come to Muhammad from God, because almost all of this knowledge was not discovered until many centuries later." Scientific reference: The Developing Human, Clinically Oriented Embryology by Dr. Keith L. Moore. Mountains are not just land formations. They play a crucial role in stabilizing the Earth's crust. Modern geology has proven that mountains have deep roots that extend into the Earth's mantle, acting like pegs to maintain balance. The Quran described this 1400 years ago. Have we not made the Earth as a bed and the mountains as pegs? An American geophysicist and former science advisor to U.S. President Jimmy Carter described this in his book Earth, where he explains that mountains have deep roots that stabilize the crust, exactly how the Quran described it. Scientific reference: Earth by Dr. Frank Press. Until recently, humans had no way of exploring the deep ocean, where light does not penetrate beyond a certain depth. Scientists have discovered that below 1,000 meters, the ocean is in complete darkness. The Quran described this over 1400 years ago. Or the state of the disbeliever is like darknesses within an unfathomable sea which is covered by waves, upon which are waves, over which are clouds. Darknesses one above another. Surah An-Nur. Scientists have confirmed the presence of internal waves deep within the ocean, just as the Quran described. These subsurface waves act as invisible barriers, separating different layers of water. Scientific reference: Deep Sea Research. Part 1, Oceanographic Research Papers, Study on Internal Waves in Deep Oceans. How could a man living in the 7th century, with no formal education, accurately describe scientific facts that were only discovered in the last 100 years? Are these scientific miracles just coincidences? Or is this undeniable proof that the Quran is truly the Word of God? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe for more eye-opening Islamic research. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode.